welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here today. I was going through all of my footage from the last stream and I didn't like how distracted I was in my overview of the zoo. So I thought I would sit down today before stream and film this video for you. Now, because I'm obsessed and I'm compulsive and have no self-control, I might have played the game. Not on stream. So, not only am I going to give you a overview of the zoo, but I'm going to show you all the changes I did to the zoo, not on stream. And I truthfully apologize for that. But I was like, you know what? I'm making this YouTube video anyways. Let's just do it. So, if you haven't already, guys, like and comment on this video your favorite enclosure that I've made. If it's a new one, if it's the original bear one, just let me know. I'd love to see what you guys think about it, and you know, it helps me decide like where I'm gonna take the channel. So please go down there and let me know what you think. All right, let's just get into it because I'm gonna. Okay, let me pause it because I don't know if I could do this not paused. Okay, so let's start off at the beginning. This is our Aurora Borealis Snowy Day Zoo. I started this zoo when I started streaming. This was the first zoo I ever made in franchise mode that wasn't just like a tutorial. I usually do the challenge modes instead. So this is our entrance here. This is the overview of the zoo so far. We have one area over here we have planned yet to finish, and I think over here we're just about done. So this side's gonna get extended a lot more, but we really have like just like this whole tropical desert meets tropical moment left. So when we come here, when you first walk in as someone who's coming to my zoo, let's go down like even lower. Oh, that's too low. Okay. So you come through here. We have this beautiful little food area in this snowy, Christmassy vibe area. We have our staff area back here, which is hidden from the guests. We have, oh, excuse me. We have our first enclosure, which is right here by this beautiful, like, I don't want to say like flower arrangement because that's not what it is, but it's kind of like a centerpiece to this area. We have some deforestation, educational things here and here. Then we have this beautiful walk up to the enclosure, like you're walking in and above the enclosure where the flamingos are. Now the flamingos have had some babies. They like their little shrimp feeding pad here. They have like a little enclosure here. Little covered patio moment over here, and they're just chilling. I think this is a really fun exhibit just to have in the beginning of the zoo, and the greenery of the hedge really sets the tone for the rest of the zoo, because we are trying to keep like a natural looking vibe for this zoo. I want it to feel like you're constantly walking through a forest or a secret garden, things like that. So we walk forward into this beautiful pre-made hedge, hedge maze download. It's really pretty. It has a lot of these cute little squirrels and bunnies in it. It has another little bunny over here that has the other deer over here. We have the other deer at the front there. I could probably do a lot more with this area. I haven't decided if I'm going to put like more foliage or really just keeping it more like a little grassy. Maybe some benches would be nice. I had some of this in here, but I haven't really messed with it too much. There used to be a whole enclosure here where the pangolins were, but then we changed it to be just a walkway. Then we have our main event. It's our zoo's mascot, the Timberwolves. The Aurora Borealis has a whole cub family, has a whole pack here. We have a beautiful enclosure here for them. And it opens up to this very elevated landscaping, right? It's a little wonky in some places because I made it so early on in this game that I was just like, I didn't want to spend hours on it, but I wanted to spend hours on it. So I really just haven't come back and like fix some of the things that are a little wonky about it, but that's okay. We have a little cave entrance for them here so people can view them in the cave right there. Little water feature for them as well. On this side of the enclosure is a beautiful scenic educational point. So you sit here and you watch them talk about the animals and they throw food to them, like right here. So I just set this up on this side with a little food moment here as well. So if they want to get a snack before they come to the show, they can. And it's kind of like right in the middle of the walkway, but we kind of wanted it to seem very casual, not secluded and like getting a ticket. Like it's like, come sit down if you want, you know? So then moving forward, we have a lot of these tiny exhibits with the small insects or reptiles in them. We have 2 here. I think I might put a 3rd here because we have this awkward space right here. But I think I had a big tree here that the flamingos didn't like, so I just got rid of it. So yeah, I don't know. I might just duplicate this guy and put it on this side. But I do also like there not being too much foliage because then sometimes you can't see the animals as well. All right, then we move on to the grasslands portion of the zoo. We have a beautiful gazelle pre-made thing here. I might move this stuff around a little bit. I've been getting kind of used to starting with something that's pre-made and then like adding to it or subtracting from it. So we walk this way and I have a lot of medians in my zoo. So you have like a walkway that if you want to bypass a certain exhibit, you can, or if you want to go to the viewing point for the exhibit, you can. So right now we have the gazelles. We have some albino gazelles in here. I just changed their whole exhibit up a little bit. I was feeling like they needed more coverage for like actual privacy. So I moved, there used to be a like little covered patio thing here, but I moved that to over, oh my God, it's swimming. See, I get so distracted, but look how cute he's swimming. So if you come back here, they have a whole exhibit now back here where they get a little bit more privacy. I'm about to have 2 males fighting again though, so we might have to figure that out. So behind the mountain, they have a little bit of privacy. The mountain isn't traversable for them. I thought they would be like more traversable, but antelopes, I guess, aren't the same thing as like mountain goats. That's all right though. Okay, and then directly behind them, there was the bison on this side, but then it was the pangolins, and the pangolins actually ended up breeding a few times and then leaving us. So I ended up converting this entire area into a wild dog exhibit because I decided we're gonna go grasslands to like desert, and they're the perfect mix between desert and grasslands. So they like a little bit of foliage, but they don't like too much like jungle-y type vibes. So what I made for them, there was already this beautiful mountain range here, kind of similar to this side, which they have a very nice mountain range as well. I made them a cave system. So they have, instead of like a normal covered like exhibit made, like a made covered like habitat, I made them a covered like rock formation. So I took the mountain, I chopped out an entire row of it. I added this really nice waterfall to also give them some privacy to this little water feature. They have some, this is like some, what are these things called? I just freaking lost it in my brain. Enrichment item. They have an enrichment item here, and they have a cute little zebra here too, which is going to lead to having zebras over there. And I think we're going to do a full-on drive-through safari over there on this side. Keep going this way. So we have a raised platform again. It's probably one of my favorite ways to build a interactive or a walkthrough enclosure. Like, I'll show you on the other side. We did the same thing with the tigers, is that like you walk up into the exhibit, so it feels like you're being transported. It feels like you're there, right? It doesn't feel, I mean, besides this building right here, but I also made it so that like the nulb area goes right up to the building, so it's not like you just see another fence. Like, you just see the building in the background. You know what I mean? I really, really love this exhibit. I built this on full-on compulsion. It, like, just when I found out that both of them were dead, I was like, screw it. I was mad. I was upset. I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna build a whole new exhibit for a whole new animal, and I did. And I apologize for doing that off stream, but now I'm making this video, so, like, you're welcome. Okay. Then we go over here, and we have another food area, which I changed up to be the same, like, English slash, I don't even know what you want to call this. I think this is like the North America stuff, but to me it's very like English, old school. I just added a little bit of foliage in here. I changed this up a little bit. I might put a tree here, but I just haven't yet. Then we have our train station. So yeah, I made it kind of very English-like. So this is like the train station that I built by hand. It was based off of a pre-made building, but I just like extended it and converted it to be more of like a different building to house the things that I needed for the tram system. So we have the walkthrough exhibit for the peacocks. This has been a tricky enclosure. We had them all be sick at one point because I transferred them without putting them in quarantine, and they have like so many babies. So there's a lot of them in here right now. But, I mean, that's okay. I have no problem with there being a lot of them. It's just, it just takes a lot of people to take care of them and, you know, stuff like that. So, but yeah, this is probably one of my favorite exhibits as well. I think I took a long time doing this whole walkthrough maze thing that was like right here. And then I redid it all to make this, which I think is a so much better use of like area, if that makes sense. Now, there's a few wonky bits in here as well. Like, I didn't want to say half-ass this, but I really was not caring about every tiny detail in this. I really just wanted something to house this, this enclosure here, if you see. Like, I could do all types of shit in here with, like, foliage, and I just haven't. I feel like I could spend hours doing that, and I just don't think that's what you guys want on stream. Okay, then the last exhibit we did last stream was this hippo exhibit, this huge hippo exhibit, which they're doing good, I think. I'm going to make sure there's a keeper on this because sometimes they just don't come and hang out. So their water feature is good. They got a little tree there now for some coverage, but not a lot of coverage. This was the first like walk-up enclosure I ever made. One of the girls I watch on Twitch is Zaz. She does a lot of exhibits like this where the water kind of goes up to the glass. And I love that. I think it looks so good. And this was the first one I really built that did that. It wasn't perfect in my opinion. It probably should be a little lower, but once you're here, once you're these people sized, you can still see them swimming, but then also see them on the top of the water, which I think is a good mix of like, here's both ways of watching them. And then that leads us to where we're going to start doing desert animals, and then we're going to do a safari moment over here, I think, because we have all the way up to this line here. So we do have quite a bit of land still to do on this side. We have like all the way to here, to here, to here. But I think I'm going to stop it around here. I don't think we're going to go all the way. Like, you could go pretty far in this. So I think what we'll do is we'll probably stop around there. And then if we need to, we can come back. You know what I mean? So I have this all still planned out for the next few streams. This is right here. Which leads us to this area over here, which is, I actually redid this whole area as well. Not really. This is the ringtail lemur exhibit. What I did do is I removed the barrier that was the wooden barrier that I couldn't get the null barrier to work on stream, and it was taking forever, and I felt like it was really boring to watch me try to figure it out. So I spent like hours fixing it. And so now it's like level, like the water finally leads right up to the land, which I wanted it to be in the first place, like this, and the boat is in the water. I was struggling to get the water to line up with the land so that the null barrier would be the water. They're so little though, and they're so cute. And if they break out, but they're not going to swim. So the water will be a good enough barrier for them. We need a little more short grass. Okay. No, it's okay. We'll do that. There we go. And look, I'm doing stuff already again. Like, why? Vicky, why? Okay. But I like the grass. The grass looks good. Okay. So then on this side over here is where the macaques are. On the opposite side, so the timberwolves are on this side. On the complete opposite is the macaques. They have a huge exhibit. But we have tons of them. Let's see how many we have right now. We have quite a bit. We have almost 7. This one is infertile, which that kind of sucks, but that's okay. We don't need them all to have babies. So I made this beautiful water feature with these climbing structures. They have a feeding thing over here, which I think is great. It's it's the same thing as the peacocks have, and the kind of the same thing the flamingos have. They have to like forage for their food. But I love that. There's some wonky bits in here too, where like I couldn't get the ground to do what I wanted it to, but it's all right. We figured it out. The waterfall was also kind of hard at first for me, but we also got that figured out. I love the little hints of this like mountain range. With one of these like franchise zoos where you have so much room to put so many things in it, I'm like, why limit how big of a space they can have? You know what I mean? So moving on from that, we have, that was the entrance over here for the ferry ride around the island there. And then we have the snow leopard cage, which I also really love this exhibit. We have a cave system down here, which is underneath the walkthrough exhibit right here. Right? You like walk up and you go into the mountain range to see them, killing their food, which I think is kind of crazy. I think we only have 2 now. We might have 3. Yeah. I love it's like they put a dead zebra in the cage. But that's what they eat. So it's like, I get it. Okay, there's 4 because we had twins. So we have a little boy and a little girl, which I think are so cute. We love the babies. They actually have been breeding pretty well. So I'm probably going to either sell off the babies, or if they can establish dominance early on, maybe I'll keep them. But they do fight for dominance sometimes from the daddy and the mommy. What I could do, and I've never done before, is if once they have kids, I could separate them into 2 separate exhibits. Like I could cut the exhibit in half, because this is plenty of space for them. And then I could have them be separated, but yet still you know what I mean? Like I could allow them to, food. I could allow them to be in separate exhibits while also, because they won't fight that way, right? Like they won't fight for dominance if I establish that early on. Boop. Okay, moving on. So the newest exhibit I put in is the Komodo dragon exhibit. This is technically the one we finished with last week. Or, yeah, I guess it was this week. We have 2 Komodo dragons. They have just enough space. They're a little hungry, so let's get them a vet. They still have that Asian tropical vibe, which is like a good transition from super, super Asian Himalayan mountains in, deep Asia here to, the more jungly vibe as we move forward this way. As we go this way, we're going to get more and more jungly, and I'm going to put a lot more foliage all up in here as well, because we got a little bit of it over here in this employee area where I kept all the Asian pre-made buildings here. And then I made this little bridge that the employees can walk over to get to the which also acts as like a cute little overpass for the ride. But we're going to transition that to be more jungle in the future streams. So the Komodo dragons are chilling. They're hanging out. They're not doing much right now. They want a lot of open area. They want a lot of sand. They just want to like walk around. This guy's in his little enclosure here, which I used one of the pre-mades as well for that. Then the gnarls are over here. Beautiful this exhibit is. This is the other entrance to the tram. So both trams have an animal exhibit surrounding it. The other one was the peacock enclosure. This one has actually a full-on like gator exhibit. So you're walking over like a gator pit, which I think is kind of fun. We don't have any babies yet from them, which is fine. Like I don't need babies from every single every single animal, but I'm also going to call a keeper on that just to clean that water. And so that leads us to the entrance to this area. This used to all just be one big building that I ended up changing anyways. I added some of this pre-made stuff in here as well. Like this is a pre-made, it's supposed to be a building for food, but then I just used it for like decorations. Same thing over here. It's supposed to be like a food thing, but I used it as just decorations. And so yeah, you go over the tram to go into the entrance, and then the exit also takes you the same way. I thought this kind of felt way more natural than the other side. The other side's like, hey, this is like a train station. This is like, hey, I think we're in the middle of nowhere. Let's get on this tram that's going to take us around. Which I love. I didn't think I was going to really like using the rides or the transportation in this game. So, moving on, we have the Himalayan Siberian tigers. So we have a little cave system for them. Right here, they can walk into it, they sleep under it, they can walk around it. They also get their dead carcass to eat, which we love, but I think they have all grown up now, so we might have to look at how many males we have in this exhibit. I think we were struggling with 2 males. Yeah, this male is injured. But this is the younger one. No, this is the 4-year-old. So the younger one has been attacked. So we'll just get rid of the daddy. That's fine. They can keep fighting, I guess. So we have like a little sand pit down here for them. They have the water that they can swim in here. So you get to walk over them walking around you. And on this, they kind of hang out on this sometimes. And so this is really like a come check out the tigers. But don't fall in, because if you fall in, you're fucked. But yeah, I love this enclosure. It's like, to me, it's like kind of too simple, but this is all they want. And I didn't just want a walk-up exhibit with a window. I wanted a walk-through exhibit. I did kind of want the idea of you can see them swimming underwater, because they do swim a lot. So I was thinking about the same thing as the hippos, having like the window that you can walk up to. But then I was like, there's something about being too close to a tiger and only having like a thin piece of glass separating me that like I just wasn't feeling. All right, and then we're coming around again. This is the Asian loop, which we haven't done anything on this side yet, but I think I'm going to put something on this side. Either it's going to be like a drive-through exhibit with like rhinos, or like Asian rhinos, obviously, not just like African rhinos, because there's a difference. And doing that kind of vibe over here, or we'll see where it takes us. We have the red pandas on this side, which we actually had to get 2 new red pandas last exhibit as well, but I love red pandas, so we weren't just going to change their cage completely. This is the panda area. Look how cute they are. So they have a really big enclosure, like probably way too big for what they need. They have tons of climbing structures, and they like their privacy, so I built them this like separator of water and a cave system. So people have to walk through here to see. Ooh, let's go down a little bit. They have to come down here to see the animals, which I think is a really cool way of doing it. It allows. Oh, that's breaking. That's not great. Allows for the animal to have some privacy, and it also stimulates the viewer to being like, ooh, where are we going? What are we doing? So yeah, they have tons of color foliage, a covered patio here, and then the giant pandas have exactly the same thing. They have the covered patio. They haven't had any babies yet, which is upsetting, but that's okay. They have a large area to walk around. They have a little water feature here, and then the guests have like a little forest to kind of walk through here. I was going to do a raised platform, but then it was too much exposure for them as well, so we changed that all around as well. They have a little climbing structure over here. They have a little scratchy post over here. I haven't really seen them interact with a lot. Normally, most of the animals interact with their enrichment items a lot, but I just haven't seen them really work around with them at all. So on this side of both of these exhibits, we still have some of these smaller exhibits. I might be missing someone in this one, but that happens because I kind of fill them and then I ignore them. So that probably doesn't shock me that that's there. We have a little food area here. I haven't done any foliage over here because I just redid this like 2 streams ago. I might come back and just kind of revamp some of this area, but truthfully, I don't think the people really care. Like even here, like this to me looks really nice, but like I don't think anyone's like, oh my god, look at the foliage, it looks so good. I do that, but like I don't think the guests in this game like go like, wow, it's so organic, like it looks so great. Everyone's education's up, but I wait too long. Oh, I could do another water. If you guys want another water thing, I could do another water thing, but okay, so then on the other side of the tigers is our Himalayan brown bears, and oh, he's on the thing. It's so fun. I love that. He's like breaking my thing right here. We have a family here. They did have a baby. If I can find the baby. Let's see if we can find the baby. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, no, it was a female. Oh, my God. Oh, I guess the guy came and picked him up and is helping her. Poor thing. But see, that's what happens sometimes with these bigger animals. Like once they're like old enough, like we can just let you go, honey, if you're going to attack your baby, because you will make me a lot of money. So what will happen is like once you get the baby to an adult stage, they like fight. So you have to like kind of be on top of them having children. But yeah, this is a really nice one of our first exhibits we made. I've kind of farted around with this median a bunch of times. I still don't love it, but it's there and it works. This is a great exhibit. They got a lot of climbing, things to the wind chimes here. A lot of interactable things. Then on the other side is our reptile cafe. Our reptile cafe started off with I wanted to do a small tortoise exhibit, but I also wanted it to be somewhere that people could come and sit and get food and stuff. Now, I might need to change this up because I have literally gotten so many people who just get stuck in this area. So what we might need to do, like look at all these babies. Oh my goodness. Look at all these turtle babies. We may have to get rid of some of those soon too. Is that a turtle butt? Oh, it's a rock. So we have some other smaller exhibits here. Like I need to put a new frog in here. Man, there's no more frogs. So we might have lost the frog, which is fine. I mean, it happens. This is a desert animal. I wanted to keep it more, nah, it's desert too. Damn it. That's okay. We'll leave it. It was supposed to be like all kind of tropical in here. I might move this whole area, which sounds so crazy, but it's becoming too crowded in here, I think. So once we start doing, I might do the reptile cafe like right here because the only other food area is here. And then there's not another food area on this side until like over here. So I might either do the food area over here on this side or maybe like over here do a food area. I don't know. We haven't decided yet, but I might be changing this whole area to be something else. Like I might just move the turtles over to where the tropical area is going to be. and then convert this all to being some other enclosure, I guess. I don't know. Or we could just make it a big food court area and make this all tables and stuff, which we could do. And we could just change it from Reptile Cafe to the Wolf Cafe or something. Which probably would be a good idea, but we just haven't made that commitment yet. But I really do like this area. We spent a lot of time decorating it, giving it some of those like pre-made items, which we could still just go and just change all of that. It takes like a few seconds just to move the animals. And, you know, I was also kind of thinking doing a walkthrough for the tortoises, like a big walkthrough exhibit for the tortoises. I think that would be kind of cool. So maybe we'll do that over there. The first tropical thing we'll do is we'll move it over there and do that. All right, and now that brings us back to the entrance. So that's pretty much our whole zoo right now and all the changes that I made to it while not streaming. And I just wanted to make sure you guys got that. Yeah, we're chilling. I really love this zoo. I feel like we've done a really good job with it. We have a lot of things we still want to do with it. And I'm not going to promise I'm not going to play not on stream because I already want to play now. And I'm going to tell myself I can't play now. But I really want to play now. So if I can hold off and not do that, I will. And if you are new to my channel and have never seen me before, and you're like, who is this crazy girl playing Planet Zoo? Well, I play Planet Zoo on stream on Twitch on Mondays and Wednesdays. And Fridays we do scary, fun flashback Fridays. So we did a scary game last Friday. We're probably going to be doing Zoo Tycoon this Friday. Or if I can get the capture device to work with my Switch, maybe we'll do a Animal Crossing playthrough. And you guys can see my Animal Crossing island. But besides that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.